Hi, and welcome to Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you'll get email notifications of new videos. And I do upload quite frequently. It's going to be more next year, but for right now, get on that list. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am so grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. And I sincerely, sincerely hope that you are safe, that you are healthy, and that you are feeling a lot of joy in your life. And that you will consider sharing this video with others who may need an uplifting moment in their day or week. Okay, oh wow. Okay, Carolyn. Okay. Sometimes I go through the decks and I'm amazed at how many cards get mixed up, but then I use them all the time, so I guess I shouldn't be amazed. But today we're going to be doing a Wisdom from the Angels high vibe reading, okay? And it's going to be for the week after the full moon we just had on Saturday. The full moon in Gemini. Gemini, all about having a conversation. So there might have been some real big conversations going on this weekend. Emotions might have been tense. Some people may have felt like they needed to duck and cover. But one of the things about this particular time is we're still in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. And so you take that fire with the Gemini air effect, and you do get a lot of communication that can be overwhelming, can be intense, and can be somewhat illuminating too, because this is a time where we may get a lot of aha moments, a lot of revelations can be made, a lot of just, chance information may be coming in. You may also find that people are more reflective, especially since this is the end of another year, another calendar year. And we have Venus that went retrograde and will be there until throughout January. And then we have tomorrow is solstice, the winter solstice, which for many is the beginning of a new year. They call it Happy Yule. So, people take different beginnings of the year sometimes differently. Some who follow astrology say the beginning of the new year is in Aries, which comes, after the new year, which is January 1st, which is the calendar new year, and what we celebrate in the U.S. as the beginning of the new year. So whatever you pick, I hope that you're happy. I hope you're healthy. I hope that you are doing something amazingly peaceful and joyful, something that's making your heart really sing, okay? So I'm getting the cards ready, and as I'm doing so, I'm hearing from the angelic realm to pull a new deck out that I haven't used. Actually, I used it last night on a Zoom call. I was doing readings, and that was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm still doing the 12 days of Christmas with the Archangels. And so that's been a really cool experience. And those of you who are on YouTube, who are participating, thank you. And I hope you're enjoying it. I hope that you will get a lot of information out of it. This is only the 12 archangels. There are many more archangels as well as other angels. And I'm going to be presenting those throughout 2022, and I hope that you'll join in the fun. And we do have fun in doing during the angel card readings last night. People had ahas and some new information came in. And the one reason that, years ago I started doing tarot, and tarot is, there's nothing wrong with tarot. If that's what you're drawn to, yay. However, I have been connected with the angels since I was a little girl. So we're going back many decades. Probably more than most of you on this channel. And so I was excited when angel cards came out, because angel cards bring us guidance. They bring us guidance from a very powerful realm. The difference between a tarot reading and an angel card reading is that a tarot reading follows a certain construct, usually 78 cards, usually major and minor arcana, usually based on the Rider-Waite decks, or what they came out with originally in the early 1900s. It is not the original decks that came out when way back when, and we don't have access to those scrolls right now. So when Rider-Waite came out with theirs, everyone jumped on board, and other decks have come out of that follow that same construct. However, with angel cards, they may be angel tarot cards, and they follow along some of the construct, but then there's also it's a broader meaning that can come in, because the decks aren't necessarily 78 cards. They may be more, they may be less. There can also be, with oracle cards, there can also be different subjects that are explored. So for instance, you might have one like I have, the high vibe deck. It's all about high vibration and how to really, this is by Becky Moore. So if you're really interested in doing more high vibrational readings for yourself, or just picking a card a day, go right ahead. And one of the reasons that I share my decks, some people don't. I find that on the tarot stations, when they use other decks other than a Rider-Waite, they don't tend to share their decks. And one of the reasons that I've been told is, well, I don't want people going out there doing it for themselves. And I'm on the page of why not have people empowered. Yes, you can still come to me and people who do readings for confirmation. I also do channeling. So more information comes in when I do an angel card or an oracle card reading than I experienced when I was doing tarot. And part of it was because of the construct of tarot. It follows a certain order. Whereas with oracle cards and angel cards, there's a much broader interpretation, perspective, as well as guidelines that can come into the reading. Also, I'm working with the angels. I love the angels. There's nothing about the angels that I cannot say I don't love. They show up, they inspire, they guide, and they bring forth very powerful messages from the divine, from the angelic realm. Power. What? And I can brag because I have friends in high places. What? And so do you. You just have to reach out to them. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started on this weekly reading of the High Vibe reading. It is the week of December 19th, although this is being done on the 20th. And I don't often date my recordings, but I am today because there's a specific reason. This is the end of 2021. What a year! What a year. Very different than 2020. 2020 was also very different than 2019. So I want you to start to think about this year. What did you learn? What were some of the blessings? And what would you like to do differently? What would you like more of going forward into 2022? And we're going to talk more about that and other ways you can work with me on another video. But I am offering workshops. The Blessing Bowl is January the 2nd. And it is all about having a physical vision vessel, a sacred vessel that is attuned to angel energy. That can be in your home, and you can have one for yourself, you can have one for your family, you can have one for your clients, you can have one for your friends, you can have one, just a big one, and include everybody. But we can get into that. I'm going to do a special video on that, and anyone who's interested in that workshop can send me an email to wisdomfromtheangels@gmail.com. I also have another one coming up, and I believe it is the Sunday of Martin Luther King's birthday, and I believe that is January the 17th, 16th, or 17th, whichever date falls on a Sunday. And it's called Healing with the Angels. And we get to know the angels of the energy field. Now, there are 9 of them. They're assigned to different parts of the body. They all have different jobs. And we can learn how to utilize them. We can learn how to release fear, bring in more love. We can learn how to release trauma. We can learn how to release blockages. And you can learn which angel to call on to help you with that. So go on over to my website again, www.carolinjwoodson.com, or send me an email at wisdomfromtheangels.com, and I'll send you a Venmo request or answer any questions that you wish, and help you get started with this new year and understanding you have friends in high places who are powerful, who can make miracles happen. And yes, some people say, well, I want to just go to God and the divine. That's fine too. But these are the divine messengers from the divine. They are more than capable. And baby, when you call on them, they show up. And not only do they show up, they come in a way that is loving, that is kind, and it can be intense, and it can happen like that. All right? Sometimes I say, I wish. And I have to be very careful when I say some of my sentences because it'll happen. Or I'll say, I wonder what it would be like. It happens. Call on the angels. That's what they're there for. Okay? And you don't have to know their names. On this channel, what do we say? Angels, get the flock in here. So whenever you want to talk to the angels and you're not sure, angels, get the flock in here works. And then just start talking to them. Potty mouth and all. They heard it. They've been around you since the day you drew your first breath, and many were with you before then. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into the reading so that we can all enjoy the message that's coming through that is especially for us. Boy, my hair is just taking off and doing its thing, boy, today. Alrighty, so first, let's get settled, Carolyn. Okay, that didn't count. Angels, archangels, spirit guides, our own spiritual teams, our ascended masters, our ancestors, come into this reading. Guide us, inspire us, and bring us the information that is needed at this time. Surround us with your loving arms. Surround us in love. Surround us in peace, joy, and harmony. Angels, bring in the messages that are for our highest good and highest healing. We have the energy of the celestial beings, both far and wide, from this lifetime and past, coming in today to help us. We have the energy of Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Father Sky. We have the Ascended Master, Mother Mary, showing up. Thank you, Mother Mary. We have the Ascended Master, Jesus. 'Tis the season, I hear. Angels, thank you. We are so grateful and thankful for all our many blessings and for all the many ways that you show up in our world. Thank you, 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 thank you. Alrighty, so I hear that there is someone out there that's going to get a very special message this week. Anna, Hannah, maybe a middle name, maybe an ancestor. So I hope that helps you. Now, let's go ahead and get into the high vibe reading, okay? So first we're going to pull a card to set the tone for this reading. And this is from the Trust Your Vibes deck. Okay, and I don't see the box, so I can't tell you who it is. Oh, Sonia Coquette. Okay. All right, Sonia. What is the message? What is the guiding message? What is the... Okay. Take two. Okay, so we have two messages to lead us out into this week. That's wonderful. Let's get a message from the High Vibe deck. Let's see what it is that we are being guided to do. Now remember, I've already shuffled these decks, but I'm being told to shuffle some more. So, all right, let's get a clear reading from the High Vibe deck. Why do I want to keep saying desk? Because I'm sitting at my desk. All right, next card deck I'm bringing out, and it's one I have had for quite a while. Gosh, I think it was I think I've had this over 10 years. Yeah. The Archangel Power Tarot deck. Yeah. So these are messages from the Archangels directly, and we're going to see, in accordance with what we're already pulling out, what else is coming out. Okay, the bottom one and the top. All righty. Interesting. Very interesting. And these cards are really, wow, I've shuffled them 7 times, so. All right, it's the message. Now, let's get the last angel message to support us and to guide us, because we've got a powerful message here today. I don't know how much this has to do with the energies that are going on the planet, but I do know that it is going to be very special for someone who is in need of a good, clear message. That's been coming out a lot. And they're saying one more and one more. Okay. Okay. So the first 2 cards that came out is learn. The number on this card is the number 19. In numerology, when we take this number and we add the 1 plus 9, we get 10. 10 is a powerful number because that's the number that comes after 9. And 9s are all about what? Completion. So someone has completed a karmic cycle and they are starting out on something entirely different, a new journey. Now, when we take that 10 and reduce it to one number, we get the number 1. 1 is all about new beginnings. So what is it that you learned? What lessons came through very clearly for you? Because I'm hearing that they're saying there's lessons that have come through clearly, lessons you needed to pay attention to, going back over the last 4 to 5 years. There's a powerful message there. And the next card that's coming out is Seek Solitude. Interesting. Because the number on this card is a master number 33. And you can look that up, Google it, see what it means for you. But when we're told to seek solitude and we have the learn card here, that means that not only is there something that you need to pay attention to, but it's time, especially this time of year, is a time of reflection, a time of going deeper, a time of understanding a lot of what is coming up for us and reflecting back. Now, when you're reflecting, don't stay there. Look at the lessons, say thank you, maybe jot them down, but don't stay stuck in the past because you cannot enjoy the future if you're looking over your shoulder. Be present. Be present. And that may be why we're being told to seek solitude. Learn from our past. Learn the lessons. And I'm sure over the last few years you've had some lessons. because this card is saying, as you're retrieving this information, this is the card of complain reframed. What does that mean? When we are reframing a sentence from, oh, I'm the stupidest person in the world. Because sometimes our self-talk is not loving or kind. I'm going to say delete, 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 cancel. That was just part of the example. A sentence you could say to yourself is, I made a decision based on the information that I had at that time. Or, I made a decision because that's where I was at that time. That's called reframing. Taking a sentence that is full of fear, disappointment, resentment, anger, a low vibrational sentence, and flipping it to something positive. How can you learn from this experience? What did you learn from this experience? And how has it helped you to grow? That's what the whole point of this is. How are we growing? Are we growing from our knowing? Are we growing from our lessons? Or are we ignoring the messages that are coming across, which is leading us to have to seek solitude so that we can really hone in and begin to understand? Now let me read what this card says. Complain reframed. We will do it whether verbally or in our heads we complain. Complaining is a sneaky little downer that creeps its way into our psyche, and over time, nothing good comes of it. Spend your days noticing how much you complain both in your mind and to others. Just notice. When you feel a breath creeping in, stop, breathe, and then refrain. Turn "this traffic is terrible" into "I'm so glad I get to have more time to listen to my favorite music." Turn "I hate the rain" into "I look forward to the moment when the rain stops." Or here in California, when it's raining, people are like, "Oh, I hate this rain." I'm like, would you prefer fires? So a sentence we could say here when it's raining is, I'm so excited that it's raining. I am so grateful for all the rain that falls. I am so grateful and thankful that Mother Earth is providing us with more water. See how different that feels? And be honest with yourself about the situation while knowing there are nicer ways to talk to ourselves and others. So each year I come up with a word that I look at. One year was gratitude, one year was hope, one year was harmony, one year was joy. And I'm going to say to you today, my word for 2022, and I hadn't even thought of this, is going to be kindness. How can we be kinder to ourselves? And how can we be kinder to others? How can we be kinder in our thoughts? How can we be kinder in our actions? And how can we be kinder in the many ways that we go about our day? Okay? So remember that. I'm going to write that down because that did just come up for 2022. And there'll be more about that later too. Okay? Because this next card is the Five of Michael. And it says, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome and consider taking a more uplifting approach. See, that follows the complain refrain. It follows learn something new, learn a new way of doing things, because there's a situation that is occurring. Remember, Archangel Michael is all about protection, about cutting those energy cords that hold us back and keep us down. And when we look at this number 5 is about change. 5 is about shifting our perspective from something where we're saying, oh, woe is me, to I'm so glad I had that experience because it let me know. Okay? So start to look at how you can take what you used to say to yourself and turn it into something even more healing. Because when we speak words of positivity, when we speak words of healing, we are affirming our joy. We are affirming our peace. We are affirming that. We are moving in a direction that is away from fear. Remember, we talked about it. There's only two main emotions that we experience: love and fear. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer to continue to just keep wallowing and wallowing and wallowing and wallowing and being victim? Or do you prefer to take the higher road that has a better view and move into a place of peace, being in a place of kindness, even if it's only for yourself? Because that energy starts to has a ripple effect. Any energy you put out has a ripple effect. With all the chaos on our planet, with all the pain on our planet right now, I think it's imperative for those of us who are aware and awake, because everybody isn't aware and everyone isn't awake. I think it's imperative of us to be the leaders, to show others how we can advance our civilization, even if it's just one person. That's one person more than we had before. But even if it's just one person, how can we start to move into a more unified, harmonious place where we are aware of our differences, we accept them, and we still can just be. We can exist in harmony. Because that's the plan for this planet. And that's where we're heading. You kicking, screaming, howling, whatever you're doing, that's where we're headed. We're headed to more peaceful, harmonious places. And it may just begin with you. Because the only person you can work on and change is yourself. I don't care how many YouTube channels you watch. I don't care how many readers you listen to. Until you're ready to change, it is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. You have control. You have control. So stop trying to control other people and start taking responsibility and accountability for how you're showing up in the world. Because this chaos that we are living in right now can change. It cannot change by us ducking and forgetting about it and putting our head under the pillow. It cannot. One person has the power to inspire, to guide, to lead, and to continue to say, there is a different way. A good example, two good examples. Gandhi and Martin Luther King. I'm going to leave it right there because I'll get off on another tangent. The next card is the Queen of Michael. Now we have gone from the 5 all the way up into the royal cards. The Queen of Michael is about brilliant, self-reliable, insightful. She's humorous. Nothing's getting on her nerves. You cannot get on her nerves because she knows who she is. How many of you can say that? Do you know who you are? And you don't have to define it. You don't have to tell other people. You don't have to pick up the phone and tell your friend, hey, this is who I am. No, you don't have to do that. People know who you are by how you act. They do. I promise you they do. The message here is you know exactly what to do, and you do. The benefit of experience, it is now time for you to really focus on what it is you truly desire in your life. In this picture, we see all of these beautiful yellow roses. We see all of the doves of peace. We, up here in this corner, see an angel. The angels are watching you. They are watching over you. You have got to give them permission to come into your life. Now, again, don't know what angel to call on? Say, angels, get the flock in here. Carolyn told me to. See, start to just talk to them and see who shows up. Because you can't make this up. The situation will improve. Whatever you're going through, it's going to improve when you decide to shift your perspective, to shift your conversation, to come out of being a victim and get to a place where you can say, that stone is in the other room. How can I take this problem and make it into a solution? What is the solution? You'll be surprised how you start living differently when you start looking for solutions, because your health will improve. You won't be as stressed out. You won't feel so overwhelmed. You won't have room in your life for disappointment and resentment and anger and fear, because you're going to turn it around. Let's start doing that now. We don't have to wait for a new year. We don't have to wait to hear old anxiety. You can start right now, this minute, today, and start looking at how, hey, how am I going to live my life differently? How am I going to do things differently? What can I do to get rid of those energetic cords that I feel are holding me down? Well, one way is go over to my website. There's a freebie there, and it's called Cutting Cords Energetically. Go all the way over to the right, and under More, look for it. Print it out. Do it. Okay? I'm going to be putting up some other videos over the course of the next 2 months about how we can cut our energetic cords, how we can get clear about what we want more of in our lives. If you want to do a workshop with me to get real clear about what you want to do in your life, I'm offering one on January the 2nd. It is called the Blessing Bowl. And the Blessing Bowl can be something like this. It can be something bigger. It can be something smaller. It must be of a natural made material. Now, what is a blessing bowl? It is a physical representation of your vision board. What is your vision? Now take that, and we're going to put it into this bowl. And you can add, you can take away. And what's really special about this bowl, it is going to be infused with angelic energy. I'm going to do an infusion on each bowl. And it's going to be a very powerful, powerful tool for you to have in your home. And you are going to learn how you're going to be able to energize this bowl and use it in a way that can bring your dreams true. That can really align you with your heart and what it is you truly want. Because if you keep on going the way you're going, this is going to be the answer for you. No. Right now is perfect timing. This is what I pulled here, and you saw me pull it. I didn't shift up these cards. The deck is sitting over here. This is the card that came out. Divine timing, perfect timing. What is perfect timing? In the divine's time. But here's the deal. You got to get ready for it now. You know, it's like someone said to me once, they were like, well, when I get the new house, then I'll be ready. I'll be ready to be grateful. No, darling. It's the other way around. You got to be grateful and thankful for what, number one, grateful and thankful for what you have right now. You're breathing. That's a blessing. You can see. That's a blessing. Take it from somebody who almost lost their eyesight in my left eye. You can walk. That's a blessing. Some people can't. You can hear. That's a blessing. You can taste. That's a blessing. You've got clothes in your closet. You got a closet. You got a roof over your head. You have a bed you can lay down in. You have a blanket. Those are all blessings, things we take very much for granted. But start looking around you and see, I have a car that works. If you live in a city, I have a Metro card that gets me to and from. If you live in the country, I can go outside and breathe fresh air. I can see the stars at night because there's no street lights on. Everything around you, start looking for the blessings, people. Start looking for the blessings. That's the name of this video. Start looking for the lessons. Start looking for the blessings. And take those damn blinders off, because they are available to you, and it is free. It's free. The angels want you to wake up. Actually, I'm hearing them say, wake the hell up. What are you waiting for? You're not 2 years old. You can't walk around with your blankie sucking your thumb and feeling sorry for yourself. It's time to wake the hell up and get going. There's a lot that can be done on this planet, and everybody has to join in. All right, that's it. I got off on a tangent there today, huh? But I hope that that you're learning. I hope that you're taking time for yourself. I hope that you are trying to get the cobwebs out of your mind. I'm going to be doing a video, yeah. And I wasn't going to put it on YouTube, but I think I am now to help everyone move forward and really begin to understand that you have a lot of tools in your tool belt to really make your life an unbelievably wonderful life. And it's time to get started doing it right now. All right? Okay. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for listening. Pass this on to someone who needs inspiration. Pass this on to someone who is down. And whatever you do, please stay safe. Please stay healthy. This goes to your families too. And if you do acknowledge the holidays and you do celebrate them, happy holidays. Come on back next week for another reading. It'll be the end of the year for 2021. We're going to put this baby to rest. And we're going to get ready for a beautiful, beautiful 2022. It is right around the corner. And so much beauty, so much wonderful things are waiting for us. Let's get on board. Let's really start to look at how can I make it better? Even if I only make it better for myself to start off with, because that's all you can do. I wish all of you so much peace. Thank you for supporting the channel. I am so grateful and thankful to each and every one of you. I really, truly am. We've been through a lot together since this channel started in mid-COVID. And at the beginning of COVID, June of 2020. And I sincerely hope that each and every one of you will come on back for another chance to get some more messages from wisdom from the angels. Thank you for coming by. Namaste.